Okay, my name is Lauren Rose. People call me Lolo. And I think it's really messed up what people are doing to black people, like the cops are doing to black people. I mean, if they let that lady go, who she supposedly was grabbing her taser, and she actually ended up shooting him with her gun. And it's like, how can you accidentally, go to tase him and actually shoot him with your gun? With the gun, you have the safety that you have to, turn off. You have to do all these things. Like, you're gonna know the difference between going to tase him and going to shoot him, And then she gets out with only 10 years. And, with time served and everything like that, she'll probably be out within 5. So she gets 5 years, and probation or parole and everything. So with parole, 5 years, she's going to be out back on the streets,
And then perhaps it'll be another victim.
And people are going to probably be giving her props, the white KKK people, it's just really messed up how this can happen, These times are very, very bad times, and this is the time, I don't know if you want to add this in there or put this out, but that we have to tell others about God and tell them specifically about Jesus, and everything we do needs to be geared toward that, because there's going to be a lot of demonic things happening. What they're doing to black people is not right. It is not right. It is not of God. It is evil. And I pray that each and every one of you watching this gets to accept Jesus Christ as their Savior, and I will see you in heaven. And because things here will get worse. People will die. Your children, maybe have died. Your friends have died to, this war that we're fighting. But don't worry, we'll see them in the end. God bless.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, you can introduce yourself again.
Yeah, my name is Josiah.
And where are you from?
I was born in North Carolina. I moved to New York when I was a kid, and then I've been around. I'm Italian and African American.
Okay.
So on my mom's side, yeah, on my mom's side, I was born in North Carolina to her family, and kind of had a turbulent time growing up in the home. I'm not gonna get into all of it, but it was very difficult. Divorce between my parents and custody and all that.
How was that growing up with the two different ethnicities in the household and just fighting that battle of being biracial? Did you ever feel like...
I'm not gonna lie, I've struggled my entire life with my identity, because especially coming from growing up in a black space and moving into a white space, you notice a lot about white people specifically and the actions they do, microaggressions, little just things about culture, it's stuff like that has affected me my entire life, really.
Yeah. And is there any specific incidents that you want to share?
I don't want to talk about too specific right now, to be honest.
And I will say, one thing for sure to focus on and remember, we're always, and I know it can be about, a lot of times we focus too much on race as points of separation within society, which can make us feel so separate from one another. But it's all in all, I believe in Jesus Christ. I do believe we are all in one through the body of Christ.
Yes.
At the end of the day, At
the end of the day, we're all the same. What differs between each human is nuance.
Exactly.
Whether that be how you grew up, the color of your skin, it's all nuance.
And you have a confidence to you today, and so I want to say, how did you overcome those challenges? How did you become who you are today? Made you into this person.
If I'm being honest, my entire life I didn't really fit in damn near everywhere, so I had to force myself to fit in. people didn't think I was cool, so I just did shit that I thought was cool. And then after a while of finally stopped having enough giving a fuck what people think about me, the energy shows.
Definitely. And 85% of body language is communication is nonverbal.
Yeah.
85% of communication is nonverbal. So energy, body language, and reads.
Yeah.
People open their mouths.
Exactly. Energy is important.
Sure.
People
Very
sleep on for sure.
That's a fact, but definitely, thank you for stopping. It's definitely,
Of course.
Black is so, and white is, I accept both parts, we're all human. At the end of the day, it's what makes us who we are, and it's what makes our identities, our experiences. And the fact that you were able to overcome that is inspiring. You don't know how you can influence other people who may be in the same situation as you. For you to be here today and be fully just embracing who you are is a beautiful thing. So
I think running into you was definitely
and it was so great meeting you, Josiah.
a little thing with the
Great.
universe, yes.
God bless.
My name's Yoni.
Okay, Yoni, and what's your story?
Mine is basically a story of trauma. I was basically adopted from Romania around the age 2. I was put up in a Romanian orphanage and foster care. And then I slowly moved my way throughout life, like always as this like white boy, thinking I was this white boy because I never knew my race. My parents just assumed because I was coming from an Eastern European country or a European country in general that, you know, you're just white if you're European. But my actual birth billing tended out to be a lot more like nuanced racially and ethnically than that, and I was adopted into a Jewish Ashkenazi white family. So yeah, it's very difficult to do that. I went to Jewish day school, I did all my stuff and, you know, did the good boy stuff I was supposed to do. I was being the good Jewish boy, and later in life I realized, oh wait, I like men. And then there's all these things that unfolded and escalated, and, you know, at one point, like, my mom wept when I told her I was gay, and she really couldn't handle it or accept it. And it was awful because I constantly got subliminal messaging that I was failing them, and always being told, like, why are you making this decision, almost like for us, and it's like, it's not about you, it's about my choice and what I need to feel authentic to myself. And then the way this moves into my story with like my blackness and claiming my blackness is, I found out just 2 years ago that I was, you know, Ugandan, and I found out actually from my original birth family, and my father's Dominican and Middle Eastern as well, so I'm very much mixed race, and then being adopted into this white Jewish family, there's a lot of trauma, a lot of inauthenticity claims about me, and then when I come into the black community and try to start claiming myself in college as a black person and a black identifying person, I get told, you're not black, get the hell out of here, you're not really black. And I got a sense of rejection from mixed race and black communities and Hispanic communities and Middle Eastern communities, kind of everywhere. And then I started getting used in performance as a musician for my race, as like a tool, like a tokenizing thing of like, oh, you can play this role because you're racially ambiguous. And I was like, you don't even know what you're saying and the harm that you're saying when you say that. So as a performer, as an activist, as someone who is fighting for nonprofit scenes and fighting to make nonprofits less white supremacist focused, and making an anti-racism claim in the world, as my mission statement, I won't go silent until the day I die about that. That's my story, and that's what I wanted to share.
Thank you.